This week, I made a game about terrorizing an innocent fly community as a frog kaiju. The whole idea is to hop around in your little pond and lick up as many flies as you can without getting pecked by the bird or falling into the very dangerous, very spooky water. It's really janky. The theme for this week's game was frogs, and I actually made it in 1 week this time. If you want to do this yourself, here are 5 easy steps to make this game. Step 1. Try really hard not to use the same asset pack you've been using every week. Step 2. Make a frog. Make him hot and make him hot. 3. Create some public spaces for flies to congregate and protest the tyranny of their frog overlord. 4. Add air and navy support for the Fly Republic. 5. Give the frog a square image that stretches and pretend it looks like a tongue. It all starts with the frog's natural habitat. A pond. Grassy savanna. The pond comes later.
The parched bush country of southern Africa. Here
we find a little frog boy. He hops and he bops from side to side. He has a square red box that he uses to lick up flies. When he boings, he stretches and squishes, and there are a couple of particle systems that play to give that good game feel. After having a couple of issues with not reading the documentation for the grass shader, a shader is a thing that changes the way the computer sees the object, I built the environment in Blender, my 3D modeling program of choice. I say that as though I know how to use it. I don't. Drawing inspiration from our trusty Google Images, I made a nice tranquil little backyard pond. Throw in some rocks, a water shader, and a couple jankily cobbled together planes with a different water shader, and it was looking pretty groovy. I tried really hard not to use the low poly asset pack that I've been using every single week. I downloaded a frog model, stole a fence, even made my own level, but low poly is a seductress, a cruel temptress. The pack even has a freaking frog. Let me repeat, we have a frog. So I went with it. Let's talk flies. Annoying, innocent, poor little flies. They live each day, frightful, fearful that one day the one might return. They look after their families, their children, their communities. They work hard to rebuild. They fight to grow stronger, elect government officials, train warriors. Only the strongest survive. Alliances are forged with the fish and gull peoples. Still, terror reigns. The flies congregate randomly in 4 different locations, providing a round robin for the frog to pursue. This obstacle course provides only the most experienced players an opportunity to optimize their fly gobbling experience. Don't get too greedy with the lily pad flies, however. Be warned that the water is well guarded. It's guarded by a shark. That was the cliffhanger there. Yes, a shark. Yes, it fits. No, it's not an issue. The other nemesis is the seagull. He fly, he swoop, and he soar. But most importantly, he attack. The burb is probably the most jank out of everything. He turns towards the frog and then goes in for the kill when he's within 30 degrees of vision. This all happens outside of frog vision, so I added a little dot pung to help keep things discernible. Things get a little bit more interesting with the collisions. The burb does not have a good time with ground to air combat. He has a little moment from time to time. The turning circle is also a little big. Very often you can just hang out in the same place and the burb will just circle above you, never reaching that sweet 30-degree cone of vision. I thought that by having the frog hop around the map, it would break this death spiral and that it wouldn't be a problem, but it still is. It's honestly so broken that you'll get some games where the bird will only sweep you once and then tap out, leaving all those juicy flies defenseless. It wasn't until the last stretch of this game that I found out I had created an unintentional homage to Koji the Frog, a 90s macOS 7 arcade game. As a result, I spent a little bit more time developing some super intricate lore. The frog is called Koji. Next week's theme is Temple. I'm currently in the process of making an Indiana Jones style game, but you can find more about that on my Twitch streams. Remember to also follow me on all of these platforms. I'm just a little baby content creator, and any engagement is super helpful. A subscribe, a follow, like, or comment goes a super long way. As always, the download link for this game is in the description, or you can just find your way to itch.io yourself. I'm not the boss of you. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I hate that ending. Someone suggest a good outro in the comments, please.